Alright, I'm front loading this test because in the rest of the review, I wasn't super positive about this, but really comparing to the Streamlight Junior, which is about the same price, this really isn't that bad, especially with the glass lens. So tired of all these premium brands that don't have glass lenses. All ThruNites, as far as I know, do, or just about all of them. So anyway, there's the Firefly mode, pretty dim. There's low, you could just barely walk. There's medium, supposedly 70 lumens, and then this is high, and so it'll just rage at high 500 lumens until it starts to get hot, and then it will start to dampen down. It does have constant output circuitry, so at least it does maintain its brightness, even if it does drop down to around 280 lumens when it gets too hot. It doesn't heat up that fast, but that's a big advantage, probably one of the reasons why it doesn't last quite as long as the Streamlight. And if we actually look around here, it's reasonably bright. I can see why they went with the orange peel, probably because more people complained about being the older version being too focused than people saying it wasn't focused enough. So this is kind of a compromise, having the shallow depth orange peel. Certainly more than able to, you know, how you can walk the dog. You press and hold and you get the strobe, and then you just single click to get it off a strobe, which is kind of nice. That way you can cycle through the brightness levels without having to go through the strobe mode. Anyway, to compare to the Streamlight Junior, there's the Streamlight Junior, much more focused. This is actually like 6500K. It's a little bit wider of a light. Obviously you can see that the Streamlight it also has a wider and slightly deeper lens, you know, to get all that focus, but it's just not as many lumens. Let's try to get both of these turned on at the same time here. I think I just might be able to do it. Come on, fingers. So there's the ThruNite, there's the Streamlight. So obviously the real focus dot of the Streamlight outshines the ThruNite, but of course we just get a much wider area here on the ThruNite. Anyway, on to the rest of the video. Catus Maximus here, this time with another promotional flashlight. ThruNite sent this to me for free. This is their Archer V3, and I think it's a decent little flashlight. It's a 2 AA flashlight, so instead of lithium-ion rechargeables, it just uses simple disposable batteries. You can certainly use rechargeable batteries. We do have a clip. It's not a bi-directional clip, it's only a single direction, but you can flip it around into the various positions, such as like so. It doesn't hang super deep in the pocket. I guess if you take this clip and you put it on this way, it would hang a little bit deeper, but there is no extra groove there. So I think it's just a little bit funky how they do this setup with the belt clip. Other than that, 500 lumens, lasts a couple hours at its maximum brightness. Comes with a little lanyard, of course, obligatory other stuff, in a decent box. Let's see, the manual should be pretty clear about that. I believe it's, yeah, so they're showing that after 3 minutes it overheats, although I've been fiddling with it, and on brand new batteries it may overheat in 3 minutes, but as the batteries wear down, it can run on high for as long as 5 to 10 minutes. So then it drops down to around 208, it says 280 lumens. It'll do that for a couple hours. Strobe's 400 lumens, medium 7 lumens, 70 lumens. I think it's kind of weird that their high mode, basically they're the medium 70 lumens, but they don't have just like a 250 lumen mode. You have to go to the 500 and then have it drop down, which is just, I think they could have used another button press, something in there. So I think the programming's a little bit funky on this, especially for a $30 light. It does come with obligatory accessories. We have our little lanyard here. Pretty heavy duty, and it comes with an O-ring, a new main button, and a new little silicone for the side button. That side button is only for changing the brightness, and that's after you turn it on with the tail switch. It's not like you can turn it on either with the side button or the tail switch, which I think is a little bit funky. And I kind of agree with the reviews online that for 30 bucks, it just, it's bright, but it just isn't super satisfying. I am going to compare to the Streamlight Junior LED, because this is also a 2AA $30 flashlight. This is only like 250 lumens. I think this is an older one, so it may only be 225, but it'll do that for like 6 hours straight. Continuous brightness. Although I will give ThruNite some credit, because these are both the same price. Yeah, the Streamlight will last for 6 hours, but the Streamlight still is using a plastic lens, where it is a UV-coated glass lens on the ThruNite, so that is nice. The lens will never frost. Other than that, gold-plated springs, gold-plated contacts down the bottom. Let's see if we can't see it. If I can't shine this light just right here. Hello? Come on. Can barely tell. Excuse me, that's a nickel-plated car. I thought that was going to be gold-plated down the bottom. Appears to be nickel-plated down on the bottom, but they do have gold-plated here. I am using same grade batteries at the same level of charge between these two lights, just for the comparison purposes. So how this works is it just has a simple on and off for the tail cap. Starts off in Firefly, and then you got, I guess, low, medium, and then their little turbo mode, which is obviously brighter than the Streamlight, but on brand new batteries it will only last a few minutes, and then it tempers down to around the same brightness. Not as focused as we can see versus the Streamlight. It has a smaller diameter and not as deep a reflector in there. It's also orange peel, and that's what some people said is the 2A V2. The previous version had a smooth reflector in it, so it was just a little bit more focused. So I guess it's kind of more personal preference there. I do like the lanyards the ThruNites come with. They are nice and cush. They have this little cinch for the wrist. So anyway, after thinking about it and evaluating it, particularly against the Streamlight, even though 30 bucks is expensive for a 2AA flashlight that does only last a couple hours, it is pretty nice. I do wish I think, if it was 20 bucks, it'd be just a great value. I think for 30 bucks, it's still a good flashlight. Still is pretty bright, has the constant output circuitry, metal, variable output buttons, and the UV coated glass lens. That's, especially on a 2AA flashlight, that's a nice feature. You never have to worry about fogging up, very scratch resistant, and is using a genuine Cree bulb in there. Anyway, really appreciate everybody who's been watching and subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. Until next time, Catus Maximus out.